Good day, folks. This is Greg Judy at Green Pastures Farm. I'm looking at a herd. These are some of red Angus. They're actually been, well, I guess there's some spring calving cows in here that were calved as 2 year. They'd be a little over 2, weren't they, when they calved?
Right. They were flopped from fall. They were fall-born heifers that we bred to calve the following
spring.
2 springs past.
Yeah.
Yeah. 2.5 years old.
Well, they grew out well.
Yeah.
And you've got some older cows in here.
Yep.
Some
These are some older cows
5
too.
to 7 year olds.
It's a mixed group, right?
But you're looking at having altogether between those two groups, we're looking at around 25 head possibly, and they're going to have a calf on the side.
Yep.
And some of those would be a spring-born calf, and some of them are going to be fall-born calves.
Yep.
Okay. Well, folks, they're on pretty darn good forage here. They're getting a good diet. Doug's got stocked loose enough that they're getting plenty to eat here. He's not, limiting them. As you can tell by looking at that cow, she's not limited. And we went through the calves. I'm going to walk you down and see one from here. There's a whole bunch of them down in those trees. But these are all red Angus, and they got a little bit of Hereford. So you can see some of the white face cows got some Hereford in them. But he's got them, they're going to range from 1,000 to probably, some of the bigger ones will go 1,200.
Yep. There's not many much bigger than that.
Nope.
There'll be some 950s in here too.
Yeah, I've seen some of those. And those 950s, we watched one had a calf down there sucking a while ago.
Yeah.
I bet that calf was over half of her body weight.
Pretty close.
I mean, there's a nice one there. That's a, what's her number?
She's just getting ready to calve yet.
Oh yeah, she's floppy. That's a pretty one there. Yep.
She'll be calving yet.
So this would be a 2019, Doug, right here in front of us.
Yep, that'll be one with this calf. This was a...
Well, there's a nice calf.
That's an older one there.
Yeah, she's a 2014, looks like.
Is that what that says?
The first number's a 4.
It is. Yep. So she'd be a 7-year-old.
She's holding up pretty good, I would say.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
She's got good body condition on her going into winter. We're October 1st.
We are.
Is today.
Yep.
So you've got about 10 to 15 days left before you get your first killing frost.
Yep. Yeah, we're not going to grow much more grass, particularly as dry as it is.
Yep. This is the first calf heifer, so she's suckling a calf that was born in...
It would have been May. Yeah, and she could use a little more condition, obviously.
Yeah.
There's 2 or 3 of them that'll be a little thinner like that, but we'll probably hold on to.
Yep. There's an awful nice white-faced calf. Probably goes with one of these white-faced cows here.
Yep. Double goggle eye there.
Now that's a first calf heifer.
It is.
And she would have had a spring calf as well.
Yep, looks to me like.
Well, she's packing pretty good weight.
It was a pretty good summer.
Yeah.
We had good forage.
Yeah. Well, you got some eastern gamma grass right here.
We got a little bit of eastern gamma grass.
Check that out. Yep.
The king of the prairie grasses, they say.
Yep. Dan Shepard nicknamed that the ice cream grass of grasses. If you let cattle have access to that and don't rotate them off of it, they will kill it. Sheep will kill it too.
We've got, this is some true prairie here, some remnants. We've got a bunch of this that we've planted on a couple other places and moved in with some hay and got several acres of it. I love it. I'd take a lot of it.
Yeah. Well, I had a wild idea, and I don't know if it'll work or not, but I think I'm going to try it. I'm going to buy a bag of eastern gamma grass seed and just put out flat board bird feeders around my farm and let the birds eat it. What do you think? Do you think once it goes through the gizzard that would help it come up a little better? I mean, look at this.
I think they're going to crush it up and eat a bunch of it.
You think it would be? I mean, we're seeing it come up around our. We got 2 gamma grass fields, and now we're seeing it come up on the ridges around the gamma grass field. How's that getting out there?
It gets moved by different things. We've actually broadcast some before and then used the animals to tread it in.
Yep.
And been fairly successful with that.
You think that would be better than feeding it to the birds?
I think I would do that, or get an old junk planter and just go use a planter and drag it around.
Just kind of get this, or let it put it in the ground.
That gizzard in those birds, that's their job, is to
chew it up,
grind this up.
Yep.
And so if they grind up some of it,
it's probably going to kill the seed.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, I told you it was a goofy idea, but I may still try a little bit of it.
Anything's worth trying once, right?
Yeah. Well, it's a wonderful plant. I like it. We've got about 25-30 acres of it that we planted, and it's been there for right at 30 years now. So if you don't overgraze it, you only have to plant it once in your lifetime.
Yep. It's very productive. You can see how much it produces.
And it's dry out here, Doug. Look at the growth that made with no rain.
Yep. Several plants. It does like a little better soil. Bottoms.
Yep.
You know, that's what this is, a little low area right here, draw.
Yep. And it's liking it right here.
You got it on some pretty good hills though too. So
yeah. Well,
I like it.
Dan Shepard talked about, now he was raising it down the Sheraton river bottoms. He took a track hoe down there and dug beside one plant, 18 feet. Now that's a root.
It's tremendously deep rooted. It is. But one of the biggest things about these natives that is they're actually more water efficient than the cool season grasses. These introduced cool season grasses, they will grow a pound of forage on about half as much water as fescue takes to grow a pound of forage.
Half as much water.
Half as much water.
So if you're in a droughty area.
Well, or even if you're not.
Yeah.
Even if you're in an area that normally gets.
Yeah.
I mean, water is almost always our limiting factor.
Yep.
For forage production. It's not sunshine. It's not minerals. It's water. So we've got to get it to soak in to begin with. Then we've got to keep it from evaporating back out off the surface of the soil. But then we also have to have plants that are very water efficient. And these introduced grasses that most of us have, timothy and orchard grass and brome and fescue, they're very, very water inefficient.
Right.
And so it's a killer. So we're doing everything we can to promote the natives in these existing pastures. This is a rented place, so I really haven't spent the money to plant anything on it. But all of our owned fields, we've sure done the same thing you were trying to do, try to find a lot of ways to add natives out there,
right,
in a fairly economical manner.
Well, you know, when we get in that summer drought and these cool season grasses hit that summer slump, let me tell you what, it's pretty slim pickings.
It is.
For 60 days.
Yeah, these cattle just got moved in here, so they really haven't found this yet. But, they, as soon as they find it, they will.
Yeah.
They'll work it over.
Yeah.
And that's why it has to be, if you're going to have this or hope to propagate it in some fields, you have to have a pretty intensive management strategy.
Yeah. This
particular set of cows gets moved every 1 to 2 days, pretty much most of the year.
So this plant's only getting exposed for 2 days every 45 to 50 days or so.
Yeah, or every 70 or 80 days.
Yeah, if it gets dry.
This has been a pretty long rest this summer here. So.
Yep. All right. Well, thank you, Doug, for covering that on the native warm seasons. We like them. We're starting to see more and more of them appear on our farms. The big blue, the Indian grass. And we kind of got lucky here a couple years ago. I bought 200 bales of Indian grass. Now it was over mature, it had seed on it, and we unrolled that stuff across our farms, and I mean, you can just follow where we did that rolling at now. Now it didn't come up for 2 years, and then this year it's just absolutely exploded out, and I'm like, wow. So we're letting that all go to seed. Hopefully, you know, we've got something going there now. So I like seeing the natives.
You bet. I do too. I love them.
Yep. All right, folks, we're going to sign off here. On the way out, hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you down the road. And watch our website, greenpasturesfarm.net, for more info on these cow-calf pairs. We're going to be having some different sets advertised on there, and just send me an email and I can tell you more about them. Y'all take care.